following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
And I'm Tank Spencer, and he's Jeremy Greene, and this is the Sportsocracy. We're talking about the Seattle Seahawks. The start to the season for the Seahawks has, been a little uneven. You had the game against the Indianapolis Colts. Win that one, go home. And you go home to the Tennessee Titans, you let Derrick Henry run all over you in a 33-30 loss this past week. Seattle defense has always been the problem. Well, not always been the problem, but the last couple of years has been the problem. Letting Russ cook is not a bad way to go, but you better hope you can win a whole lot of shootout games. What were your big thoughts about the Tennessee loss?
I called it. I told you this is going to be a problem. When you have a player like Derrick Henry and you have no ability to stop him, Russ has to be flawless.
Yep.
Russ wasn't flawless. He was very, very good, but he wasn't flawless. And that's what, at this point, to beat good teams, he has to be. People think I'm just a Seahawk hater. That's not it. It's look at your division. You're the worst team in that division, clearly.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can disagree with me on that.
Yeah, I mean the most ardent, be something to fight you with about the Cardinals, but they'd be wrong.
You shouldn't. The same team you just lost to, they beat the piss out of on their home field. That's non-disputable evidence.
Yep.
Now, that being said, you do still have the third best quarterback in the NFL. Vegas agrees with me. The vast majority of people agree with me. He's the one of three players in the NFL that moves the line by more than a touchdown. It's him, Tom Brady, and Pat Mahomes. That's it. So you're going to be in every game. I think you could be a back-end wildcard team. I don't think you can be any better than that.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett's had an amazing start to the season, better than I think anybody could have hoped for him, being Mr. Boom or Bust. But last week, again, he had over 100 yards, 178 yards and a touchdown, had 2 touchdowns and 100 yards in the first game of the season. Do you expect this to continue? Because
No.
DK's been an afterthought.
Yeah, DK will not continue to be an afterthought, and I think the first week of it happens this week at the Minnesota Vikings. And you damn sure better get this one, because your next 4 weeks are ugly.
With the 49ers on the road, the Rams at home, at the Steelers.
Saints.
And then the Saints. Yeah.
Which is not an easy task.
No.
Good Jameis is difficult, and when your secondary is this bad, you're going to be in shootouts.
Yep, you're going to have to worry about that. And, Alvin Kamara ain't too shabby either.
No.
And if you let him run all over you like you let Derrick Henry do, you're going to lose that game as well. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings just had that one game, that 1-point thriller with the Arizona Cardinals. So if you want to try to prove it and you want to try to get one back,
you have to come out and beat the hell out of Minnesota.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I don't think there's any disputing that you got to go on the road and you got to play well in a hammer situation.
Now, I will say I think this is the worst number of the week. They're only a 1.5-point favorite, and that's stupid to me. I think they're going to beat the hell out of Minnesota. I get Russell Wilson, you get Kirk Cousins. Advantage, me. I get Pete Carroll, you get Mike Zimmer. Advantage, me.
Yep.
Neither of your defenses is good. They have Dalvin Cook. Yay. That's the one advantage Minnesota has.
I was going to say advantage them.
Personally, if I'd set this number, it'd be Seattle -6.5. I don't care that it's in Minnesota. They're the highest implied value of any favorite this week.
Well, I think it's just an overreaction to the close game that the Vikings had with the Arizona Cardinals last week.
Craziest part to me, sharp money's on Minnesota, and I can't for the life of me figure out why. I can't for the life of me figure out what it is that you've seen through 2 weeks of Minnesota. Oh, they hung close to Arizona. And?
Well, they're looking at what Derrick Henry just did, and then they see Dalvin Cook on the other side and go, yeah, that's going to be a problem.
Okay, so you get Dalvin Cook, I get Russell Wilson, who's going to score on you at will. Yeah, I'm gonna take that for me. I think this will be a good week for them, and then you've got about a month stretch where you'll see exactly what you are. Seattle Seahawks fans that love to tell me how wrong I am, you got 4 weeks here that you can prove it. If you come out of this and you take the schedule as it sits, you're 1-1 now, let's say you beat Minnesota. If you come out of that next 4-week stretch before you play the Jaguars on Halloween and you're one game over 500, then you can look at me and say, you were wrong. Mm-hmm. And I will agree with you.
Yep.
If you can come out of that 4-week stretch with 2 wins, you're right. If you if you fall on your own dick and lose to the Vikings, or you're 1-3 in that group of games, you're exactly who I said you were. Both are possible outcomes. Mm-hmm. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I don't think I am. Mm-hmm. Because the pass rush for every one of these teams is better than yours. They're going to get home. Question is, can you do that?
Right. Seattle Seahawks taking on the Minnesota Vikings in week 3 of the NFL. We shall see.
We didn't focus much on the Tennessee Titans game because I'll be honest with you. I feel the same about the game with the Titans for the Seahawks as I did the game with the Cardinals for the Titans. Throwaway.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm Tank Spencer, and he's Jeremy Greene. Be sure to hit that subscribe button here in the Sportsocracy so you get all of our team-by-team content throughout the season. And, of course, join us every weekday morning live here in the Wicked Weed studio at 10 a.m. We'll see you next time.